Imagine this. You've finally got some free time to yourself. You go to the kitchen, grab yourself some snacks, run over and turn on your console and load up your favourite game mode of all time, Black Ops Zombies. You load up a map, start going through the rounds, when all of a sudden, you realise you need to go to the bathroom. It's fine. You pause the game. You go do your business, and you come back and carry on. But what about your character? What if they need to go? Or more importantly, where are they going to go? Is there even a private space that you could disappear to conduct your business mid-zombie apocalypse? Well, today we are going to find out and see if you can go to the bathroom in every single Black Ops Zombies map. So this idea was inspired originally by Angel64, where he set out to see how fast he could touch water in every zombies map. And whilst I won't be speedrunning each of these for reasons you'll see later on in the video, I wanted to put the most random spin on this, and hence why we've ended up here today. But before we get started, let's set ourselves some rules for what I'm looking for. By definition, a bathroom is a room containing a toilet and a wash basin, and typically also a bath or shower. And whilst there are a variation of items that we could pick out here, we will solely be focusing on finding toilets. While saying this, I will note that a toilet does not have to be physically visible as long as it is obvious that there is one within the area. On top of this, I will not be going through one-to-one remasters of maps like the Giant, as this is originally a World of War map and also has next to no differences to its original. And finally, I will be making some small exceptions for the rules, so it is important that you don't take these rules too seriously whilst we go through. With this in mind, let's start the video. So in total, we are covering 30 different maps across 5 variations of Black Ops. Out of these 30 maps, there were 10 in total that I could not find any trace of a toilet or bathroom. These maps being 5, Call of the Dead, Ascension, Shangri-La, Moon, Nuketown, Origins, Der Eisendrache, Die Machine, and Forsaken. Now, whilst I couldn't find one on these maps, I'm not ruling out the possibility that there is one around the map. But after spending hours going through these maps, I physically couldn't find one anywhere across these 10. That leaves us with 20 maps, where we are going to start with none other than Kino der Toten. Kino der Toten was quite an interesting one. As you can see, we went straight up from the starting room through the right door, and there's actually a small window through here. You can see some sinks, and right behind the sink you can actually see what looks like a toilet door, like a stool. So for me, this is as clear a day a bathroom as you can get. Now obviously you can't see the toilet like I said, but the sinks being there, the toilet door being there, there's got to be a toilet behind there. Moving on from Black Ops 1, as we know there were no more in Black Ops 1 to find. But in Transit, first map of Black Ops 2, this was actually a really easy one. You can start the game straight up and there's actually a big sign saying restrooms in the bus depot right here. And through the window, once again, you can see sinks. You cannot see a toilet once again, but you can see restroom sign. And if that's not enough for you, into the garage and there is another toilet for you. So if you don't want to go in the first one, you can always go in the second one. Moving on from Transit, we have our next Black Ops 2 map, which is Die Rise. Now to get to this one, you have to go down the elevator shaft. Once you get down the shaft, you simply have to carry on through the hallway, jump across to the next building, to run through the sewing machine room, open the first door on your right, and there's actually a bathroom just in sight. And unlike Kino, this one you can actually see through the window, and there is also a male and female toilet sign, so it is definitely there. Next up on the list is Mob of the Dead. Now this one is pretty simple. As you can see straight away, there's actually a toilet in the cutscene. There's actually 2 toilets in the cutscene, but if that's not enough for you, we can zap ourselves to life, and straight off the bat you can see a toilet in each jail cell. So this was actually one of the easiest maps to find a toilet in. Now this is where we start to put a little asterisk on the word toilet, because Buried didn't actually have a toilet that I could find. But saying that, when you go into Leroy's jail cell, you unlock the door and there's actually no toilet in sight. Okay, you're thinking, Kian, where are we going with this? By his bedside, there are actually 2 buckets. Now, I'm not saying he used them as a toilet, but if you were stuck there for years and years on end, you would have to go somewhere. So for me, I am claiming this as a win. But if that's not enough, then you can just tell he's very, very embarrassed about it. Moving on from Black Ops 2, we are now into Black Ops 3 with none other than Shadows of Evil. Now, I had to look far and wide on this map, but eventually I did find one. If you go all the way to the back of the boxing gym, there are actually toilets and urinals both waiting to be found, both waiting for you to use. Our next map was actually none other than Setsubo no Shima. This was the hardest one to get to. To find this toilet, you had to go all the way through the Easter egg to the final room. And once you got to the final room, there was a toilet in one of the jail cells. This was arguably the hardest toilet to find. Speaking of difficult ones to find, on Gorod Krovi, you actually have to jump off the dragon to the Pack-a-Punch machine. Once you get down to the Pack-a-Punch machine, you actually have to look behind the wall that it's facing, and you will find a toilet there. Now onto our final map of Black Ops 3, which is Revelations. Now if you go through the origin side of the map and you go across into the Mob of the Dead area, yet again there is another toilet in the jail cell where you can also find Al's hat. We all know what Al was doing before he left his hat here. Moving on from Black Ops 3 to Black Ops 4, now we have Voyage of Despair. Now you'd think there are lots of toilets on this map, and you would be correct. All you have to do to find one on Voyage of Despair is to go through the first door on the right. Once you do that, go all the way to the top, and there are actually a couple of toilets here, but there is an obvious one on the left hand side of this area, and there is also a bath in here if you want to have a nice little bath, which looks really nice, and the water is perfect temperature ready for you. So don't worry, if you're stranded on the Titanic, you'll still have somewhere to go. On our second map of Black Ops 4 is also actually our second asterisk of our toilet adventure. Now, there isn't actually a toilet on this map, but if you are going through the Easter egg, you can actually find a pile of poo-poo. Yes, it is one of the Easter egg steps. Now, if that doesn't say that there isn't a toilet somewhere on this map that they got this from, then I don't know what does. So I'm counting it. Into the next map of Black Ops 4 is none other than Dead of the Night. This one is fairly simple to get to because all you have to do is get to the other side of the starting room. Once you get into the spare room on the side, you have to look through this window here and you can see a toilet in a full blown bathroom. So this is a definite tick in the box. Nice and easy to find. Our next map is Ancient Evil. Now, I did not go into this map with high hopes, but when you go into the gymnasium bathhouse, there is actually a window on the back left hand side, and if you look at these strange looking holes at the back, you can actually see that these are ancient Greek toilets. This is what they looked like back in the day, so to my surprise, I was actually able to find a toilet in Ancient Evil. I know, even the Greeks needed somewhere to go to the toilet. Up next we have arguably one of the worst zombies remakes so far, which is Blood of the Dead. Again, this one was fairly easy to do, as once you cross over into the D-cell jail block, there is once again toilets in every jail cell. Another fairly simple map to find a toilet in. Now, unlike 5 in Black Ops 1, Classified is a remake, but it has extra areas. And this benefits us, because if you go to the left hand side of the starting area and unlock the door, there is actually a men's toilet sign visible through the window on the left hand side. Like we said before, there is no toilet, but if there's a man's restroom sign on the side of the wall, then there is definitely a toilet there. Speaking of another extended remake of a map, we move on to Alpha Omega, which is an extension of Nuketown. On this map, you can actually go through the bunker door into the diner, and if you look at the window on the right side, you can actually see a restroom sign above the doors and a toilet sign on the side. And if you look through, you can see the sinks inside, so this means there are toilets on the map. To finish off Black Ops 4, we have none other than Tag der Toten. If you get the zipline handlebars, you can go up to the top of the map. Now once you get here, you can actually run through the upper catwalk into the decontamination room, and in here you can see more toilets in the window to the side of the perk machine. Here you can see some urinals alongside another men's toilet sign, and you can actually see a toilet that has been ripped off the stool, so there are toilets on Tag der Toten, unlike Call of the Dead. Having concluded all the maps in Black Ops 4, we move into Cold War, with our first map being Firebase Z, where there is actually a toilet in the starting area. If you go up to Ravenov's window, you can actually see a toilet in the corner of his little room. Now this is smart because he's obviously gonna need to go to the toilet at some point, being stuck in that little box. Onto our second map of Cold War Zombies, which is the first time Black Ops changed up its zombies formula with Outbreak. Now, due to the semi-open world nature of this map, there are actually a bunch of toilets available to find, such as the one we have here, making it another easy map to complete. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. We have reached the final map of this Black Ops journey, which is none other than Mauer de Toten. This map actually has a toilet in the starting area on the 5th floor apartments. If you go down the ramp, there's actually a toilet through the window on the right hand side of the ramp. Nice and easy to find, and an easy way to conclude this video. And there we have it. After searching through 30 different maps, I would say that we have achieved our target. Yes, I know we didn't get one for every single map, but having found 20 out of 30 maps available means that we had a 66.6 success rate. Now, this might not sound great, but when you take into consideration that some of these maps are set in some of the most obscure locations, I think it's actually a pretty good success rate. But, like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm not ruling out the possibility of there being toilets in the other 10 maps. But without spending hours getting outside the map boundaries and diving extremely deep into the project, which is a lot of work, it will for now have to remain a mystery. But that is the end of this challenge. Now if this is something you enjoyed and would like to see again, then the best way to let me know is to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. This would also be greatly appreciated because this video took a lot of time to complete, and it would give me a boost going forward to know that these projects pay off. This will also let me know that these are the kind of questions that the people want to answer within the community, and if so, I am open to further suggestions which you can also leave in the comments section. But with that being said, I hope you have enjoyed the video, and I will hopefully see you all soon with another video.